What's going on, team? This is your coach, your mentor, Crypto Cliff, Mr. I Am Money. Here to talk to y'all about a topic that's very controversial right now. Trump revoking the Equal Rights Act for employment. Trump revoked the Equal Employment Act of 1965. Now, I know a lot of people feel a lot of different ways about this act, but I'm here to put a little bit of my perspective on it. Can I do that? Can I put a little bit of my perspective on it? You see, back in the day, when our ancestors fought for the right for us to have equal employment, for us just to be equal in the employment field, we actually fought like hell. They fought like hell. They marched. They protested. They did everything in their power to make sure that we had a fair share when it came down to getting a job. But the question I want to ask every single person who's going to watch this video, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to walk past this video, but the question I want to ask everybody is, did we or are we the biggest beneficiaries of that act? Are we the biggest beneficiaries of the act of 1965? And the answer to that question is very simple. No, we wasn't. We were not the biggest beneficiaries. We weren't. Think about it. Back then, we were less than 13% of the population. And there was another movement that was going on around the same time our movement was going on. And that movement is called the feminist movement. So when that act went into place, it was not specifically for people that look like me. Even though people who look like me were the biggest fighters of that act in the first place. You see, around the same time that bill was passed, women started to flow into the workspace like never before. So women and other groups, other racial groups started to flow into the markets like never before, because that act that was literally built on the backbones and the blood and sweat of African Americans, Black people. And I don't mean to get too radical, but Black people, well, we were not the biggest beneficiaries of that act in the first place. So why are we getting upset instead of getting focused? Why are we getting upset about people doing exactly what you know they will do and what they have been doing for years? Why are we getting upset instead of getting focused? You see, I have a friend of mine, older gentleman who's over 80 years old, who was actually around. I'm gonna say it again, who was an active member of those protests. And you know what he told me yesterday, sitting down at Pascal's here in Metro Atlanta, which is one of the oldest restaurants in Metro Atlanta, where Martin Luther King and a lot of the civil rights activists used to actually eat and do their meetings at. You know what he told me? He told me that I don't know why Black people are mad about this in the first place. We were not the biggest beneficiaries of that act. Truth be told, we led our people down a burning hallway because feminist white women, not to talk against what they did, but feminist white women and other groups, other racial groups benefited more from that act in the first place. So why are we mad? Now, I am pro people regardless. I love everybody because everybody shows their level of love differently, right? I have friends and students from all ethnicities, all races. I have friends from all over the world. But when it comes down to cold, hard facts, that's a fact. Everybody benefits off the backbone, blood and sweat and tears of our ancestors. So why are we getting mad when we dropped the bag in the first place? It was our job to make sure that we took the benefit from the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. Was it not? But what do we do now? We pushed and got that act put in place just for us still to be at the back of the bus. We pushed and got that act in place just for us to still be at the bottom of the economic totem pole. We pushed to get that act in place just for us to still sit stagnant. Let's be 100. You see, And I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to people who look like me. So if you're not people who look like me, you can listen. But please, we got to have a system of accountability. Our people have what's called convenient amnesia. We have convenient amnesia. We want to remember all the good things, but forget all the bad things we do. We want to remember how we love and hug on each other in Thanksgiving, but say F you all year long. We want to remember how we march when a black brother gets killed by a police officer, but don't march when one of our own kills another one. We have convenient amnesia, and we have no sense of accountability. You see, it was our job to put us in place, to be a financial hold, to be a financial entity, to be a financial powerhouse in this country, and we didn't do it. Our ancestors fought blood, sweat, and tears. Honestly, if you look at the climate of us now, for nothing. Think about it. Think about it. Look at the wealth gap. Look at the wealth gap. Now, I am a steward for all things economic because the financial wealth gap affects everyone, not just our people. But it's our people who always want to be the first ones to get mad at every single thing instead of getting focused. Let's be 100. This would not affect us if we were a financial entity, if we were a financial powerhouse in this country. We would give a damn about this act because we will have our own movement, our own flow. And don't go to that point saying, well, we had our own this. We had a Black Wall Street. We had Selma, not Selma, but Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We had all these. Yeah, we did. But you have to come to a point in time where we stop saying we had, and start thinking about what we can do, and what we can do, and what we will do. Let's be 100. We have a very short memory, and we have a very, very extremely short vision. The problem with the Black community is we have absolutely no vision. None. Let me tell y'all something for the people who are still listening. I literally, when I first started investing, my goal was to enrich and empower people of color. That goal changed, and I altered that goal, and I changed it when I started to see that how the inflation rate affected everybody. When I started to see how we are all under a system of enslavement, just some people have more privilege in the enslavement. When I noticed that, I changed the trajectory of the way I wanted to move, and I included everybody in it. Everybody. But when I was straight up pro-Black, I went to every single, and I reached out to every single Black leader. When I found what cryptocurrency was, and I was one of the only Black faces in the cryptocurrency market, and I seen how this could elevate the Black community, not to go against anyone else, but to elevate us from the bottom of the totem pole, I went to every single Black leader. I went to the Umar Johnsons. I went to the Tariq Nasheeds. I went to the Sinettas. I reached out to every single quote unquote Black leader. I went to the Boyce Watkins. None of them reached back out to me. None of them reached back out to me. And I didn't just reach out saying what I could do or what I promised to do. I reached out and showed them facts. I reached out and showed them effort. I reached out and showed them the most important thing you can show anybody: proof. Proof. I made XYZ doing XYZ, and guess what? This entire system is completely deflationary. Not only is it deflationary, it's completely revolutionizing the way we see everything. Being a forward thinker, being a thinker for the future. I went to every last single one of them, and all of them, not one of them hit me back up. Not one. And it was at that moment I realized how short-sighted we are as a people. Because everybody wants what's going on right now. Nobody wants to be a forward thinker. You see, the innovators of the world are forward thinkers. People who build the next level of evolution are forward thinkers. Most of us think for the next day. Most of us think for the next week. We don't think for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 years. We think about what we're going to do this weekend. And that's what's killing us. No vision. No vision at all. No vision at all. No vision at all. I'm going to say it again. No vision at all. So I included everybody in that space because we all are suffering in some form or fashion from the ever-growing wealth gap of the system. That's the name of my first book, Closing the Wealth Gap with Blockchain Technology. We have to be forward-thinking, people. This should not affect you. You should not be emotional about this because we should have our shit together in general. Let me know if I'm speaking to the choir. Let me know if anybody's really, really feeling what I'm saying. If we had our shit together, if we had our flow together, if we had our finances together, this wouldn't affect you not one bit, because guess what? It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect the Blockchain Bureau Academy because they're already in place. It doesn't affect my network because we're already in place, because we've seen this shit coming. And the reason this is coming and the reason it's here is because every other group, even illegals, have been a beneficiary of that act. And we're still at the bottom of the totem pole of the act that we fought to get. Think about that. We'll rather watch TikTok. We'll rather do dumbass dance challenges. We'll rather watch Love and Hip Hop. We'll rather do balloon pop challenges, dating challenges. We do everything negative. Everything negative. We do it unconsciously. And we enjoy doing it. But whenever you turn around and put something positive out, or something that's going to be uplifting for you financially, especially financially, we look at it as a damn scam. Do you know how many people go into my DMs on a day-to-day basis saying that cryptocurrency is a scam? People go out their way just to write me and say crypto's a scam, nothing else. That's what we praise. Let me know if I'm speaking to the choir. But whenever somebody comes in and say, listen, this is innovative. This is revolutionary. This can alter the trajectory of your entire family's life. We run from it like the plague. I'm going to stop saying we because I don't. My network doesn't. But my people run from it like the plague. It's time to get moving, people. 3 industries: cryptocurrency, precious metals, international real estate. I'm going to get another one: defensive stocks. That's our revolution. That's your reparations, because they ain't giving you a damn thing. Sorry to get on here and rant today, but this right here it needed to be said. I'm sorry. It needed, and I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna get mad at me saying it because like I said, we lack accountability. Bad. But it needed to be said. Therefore, it is said. Peace.